This is the grid that the Bombers call home.
You're throwing the tee in the ground. If your hand's not shaking, there's something wrong.
I'm in my element, it's evident that there's levels to the game. I'm in my element, flow is like water, I'm forced to the fire, I'm feeling like gold. Gotta stay grounded, stay down to earth, following God, and you grinding, you do as you told. I don't work to make you like me, but I'm front and center, word to Spike Lee. I'm in my element, yeah. I'm in my element, yeah. I'm in my element, I'm in my element, yeah. I'm in my element, yeah. I'm in my element.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are live in Portland, Connecticut. Event number 7, World Long Drive. This is the final 16 of the men's division. Ryan Gregnall is going to go up against Jeremy Nowak.
And they are already at it.
Gregnall with a number on the board right away at 371. It's a good start for him. Ryan was hitting the longest balls out of anybody, and he's the #1 seed for a reason. Got off to a slow start, which he's done a couple times, but then all of a sudden, bang, he found it. And he ended up having 900 points. So he was 0 for his first 5 and then puts up a big number, and he ended up having 900 points and the most points out of the round of 32. That is why he is the #1 seed. Justin James is the 2 seed. So we'll get through this bracket right here, this matchup. This is the round of 16. You have to hit 24 golf balls in order to win this tournament. Martin Borgmeyer, if Martin Borgmeyer hits 24 golf balls, he is going to be the world #1 today. He needs to make the finals. We apologize
yes, we
at the last group. Phyllis Meddy had 70 points. That's going to fall off, which now Monica Living is the world #1.
Monica Living, world #1, and we also had to crown another champion for the ladies division. Mai came back. She had some visa issues, and she's here to stay, and she proved that, taking home a win for her first event of the season. Bobby, what matchups are you excited to see today? We've got some really good matchups here.
Just seeing if there's just one that really pops out. I mean, this is this is really evenly matched out. It's crazy how good these guys are, honestly. I mean, we got to key in on Martin Borgmeyer. He's going up against Jack Smith, the rookie.
I think that's
Jack
a
Smith,
great matchup right there.
You know, Jack is a kid that's really fast, and he trains with the best hitters on the planet. So I know that he's not going to be nervous going into this match. But we always talk about Martin Borgmeyer. You know, when he has his back against the wall, that's when he's at his best. And I feel like he's lethal in these heads-up matches. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. You know, like I said, 24 balls away from being world #1. Kyle Berkshire did not make it into this event. He is, battling a little bit of a rib injury. But right now, it's all about Ryan Gregnall. You know, he is the hottest player in the tournament as of right now. In the round of 32, he was hitting absolute bombs. And, Justin James hit a bomb, too, at 418 yards as well.
Definitely did.
But really impressed with Gregnall. Nowak goes OB. We're going to see Ryan in the final 8. And Jeremy Nowak snuck in late. He needed a big ball to get in, and he did, to make the final 16. So congrats to Jeremy Nowak.
Yeah, good event there. We got a little feedback as there's some rocks down there at the end. We had one ball, I think, carried 375, stopped on the dime. Another ball carrying 375-ish, kicked all the way. 418, right?
Yeah, we saw a lot of golf balls in the mid 390s, so we know that that's there. If we look at the wind, it's dead. There's no wind right now. It is still barely any movement right to left.
I like this matchup right here, Brandon Flynn and Mark Costello.
Yeah, Costello just, working on and getting a ball in play right away. He
was locked in earlier today as well.
And Brandon Flynn had a great start to his tournament. He was 5 for his first 5, had a couple seconds as well. And but Brandon had a great start to his tournament with 1,000 points. He was the only one to sweep the entire bracket of 16 hitters. So Brandon Flynn, Mr. Air Force himself in slot number 2, going up against Costello with a 373 ball to start off, which is a nice start.
Yeah, I thought.
Ooh, Costello got through this one pretty well.
Brandon's
215.
second ball might be in.
Let's take a peek at the height on Costello. 159 feet. I like that. That's a good profile shot right there. A little right to left.
And as we saw with the ladies, the right side of the grid is hot.
Mai was hammering that right side of the grid. And even the longest ball was Monica Living at 345, where she just, big gust of wind, hurried up and hit a bullet down that right side and going 345. Waiting on Costello's third ball here. That one looked really good, too. Brandon Flynn fighting down that right side, 207 ball. 229 apex, a little too high for Brandon.
A little high, but it'd be nice to just put a number on the board so he can kind of feel a little bit loose, to swing at it.
Costello 360 on his third ball.
We've talked about this before. If you're in a head-to-head match, do you make sure that you get some balls in play, or do you just go all out? And for me, in these positions, all out.
Yeah, Costello put up a good number right away at 373. I mean, Brandon's got to hit a good ball here. That's a good number for Costello. And Costello is going to be a little bit faster as far as ball speed. Brandon Flynn at 369, 4 yards away from taking the lead.
Oh, we've got a broken club from Costello.
Yeah, they said that recoil, he's going after it. This one's a ball down that right side from Brandon Flynn, no movement. Carry distance from Flight Scope projects it to be 348 in the air. Did we get any rollout? The good news is it's down the right side, so there is roll down there. And these guys definitely listen to the ladies division, and I can guarantee a lot of them are going to be focusing down that right side, especially once they get a ball in play. Brandon Flynn flirting down the right side. Not sure if that one stays in. He's going to take that hat off quick.
Well, Brandon Flynn with a good event there. But Mark Costello.
You know, it's funny, him and Gregnall, they're due for a win. They haven't had one. They're going to match up in the round of 8.
Absolutely obliterated that driver. Not only hitting balls in the fairway, but also driver heads.
So Costello's going to go up against Gregnall. Very similar hitters. So, you know, one of them is going to, you know, be staring down the barrel in the semifinals of their first win. And those guys are more than due to get a W.
Without
Speaking of a guy with the win, Bryce Plank took a win in the last tournament in Canada at Port Rowan. Josh Koch ended up winning out in Germany at Martin Borgmeyer's event. Bryce Plank looked awesome today, really did. He looked in complete control. He's looked great the last several events.
He really
keeps
has.
putting himself, you know, in spots to win tournaments, and he just won his last one. So
he does a little clothing change as well. I've noticed over the last couple of events. And Josh Koch, as we know, steady, easy, and consistent.
Nice ball here from Bryce Plank. You know, and for me, I like that. Right when they say your name to hit, he just went and hit a ball.
Pulled
so
the
now he's
trigger.
got practically 2 minutes and 20 seconds to hit 5 golf balls. He can take his time.
Okay, I think
Koch is in at 359. They said for Plank's first ball on OB.
Yeah, I think the tracer is off still a little bit because I saw the same earlier today. It looked like some of the balls were right down the middle, and they weren't. But it was still a big ball. The numbers look great. Josh Koch with one in. We're going to see him kind of amp it up just a little bit.
Koch is really good at heads-up matches because he's going to put balls in play and apply pressure right away. And he will build on this set as well. You'll see a 212 ball here, like, you know, to start off the tournament, this heads-up match. But he's a guy that can hit 218 to 220 if he center punches a golf ball. Right now, Bryce Plank's fighting down that right side. Doesn't have a number on the board as of yet. Bryce Plank hit in the first group today. So these guys did have some time off.
They did, yeah.
You know, time to rest. They started at 9, finished at around 10:15. Here we are at 3:15, so they have about 5 hours off to hit.
Sometimes that's a good thing. Sometimes that's a hard thing because if you're on a roll, you want to keep it going. Bryce with 2 balls left. He's got it in him. He's just got to release it. We'll see if that one stays in.
That one's a little skinny, but you know what? The profile, like Mai was hitting it pretty low, and she was getting a ton of rollout down that right side. Let's see if Bryce Plank's 5th ball is in play. We have Gregnall at 86. Jeremy Nowak was OB, but Brandon Flynn and Costello went 73 and 69. So,
all right, coming down to the final ball. Josh Koch with 1 ball in at 359.
217 ball from Koch. So he's got plenty of gas in the tank here. And I feel like, Koch gets the most out of this golf ball. And we talked to Eddie about it too. Like just being in that pocket of 218, 220, both of these guys are in and around that ball speed right now. It really seems to get the most out of that golf ball at these speeds.
Oh, if that one stays in.
Bryce Plank launched it at 6, 93 feet in the air. Not sure if this one's going to stay in play or not. Hits a little bit of a cut, but Koch goes 396 on that 217 golf ball that floated down that right side. Josh Koch is tough heads up. He really is. There's a reason why he has that many,
That was a
top
big
16s.
big second to last ball there at 396. Really solidified it because if he didn't get that in, Bryce would have had a chance.
Yep.
But Koch moving on. All right, this is a really great matchup
That's
here.
a big ball, but yeah, he down that right side, and the guy that mastered picking a spot on the grid was Zach Holden in Denver.
Yeah.
Once he knew that, I mean, he literally was just putting it in a keyhole, and I know that Scotty Perriman can hit a tight draw down that right side as well.
Well, we saw it all morning.
Yeah.
He got into a groove and he was peppering it down on that right side.
Yep.
Isaiah Joyner
Yep.
did the same. He found a little bit more height and put it on that right side. I'm excited to see what he's going to do. Hometown hero, has a lot of fans and family here. Scotty Perriman, I know his family's watching at home.
This is the best that I've seen Scotty all year.
Yeah.
It has. I felt like he was due, 3 or 4 events in, but this is the best that I've seen him, and he looks nice and composed and putting up higher ball speeds as well. So that means, he's got fresh legs. And his last speed session that he posted on social media, he went 225.
Yeah.
Which is extremely impressive. Not too many guys on the planet can put up those type of ball speed numbers.
And when he's in the zone and when he's on, he is on, and he builds off of it as well.
He is a tough competitor. Scotty Perriman, 2-time amateur world champion here in slot number 3, going up against the hometown kid, Isaiah Joyner.
There Isaiah goes with the first shot. Got the crowd going already.
It's a good ball here at 208.
And Scotty Perriman.
Oh, look at him fighting it down that right side here.
He already knows he has that one in. He's going for the second club.
Got a ball in play.
He's got a plan.
Yep.
And he's already executing it.
Right down that right side, just throwing it right down that right side. Isaiah Joyner at 368 to start off the tournament. And this heads-up match, this is round of 16, number 4. Perriman at 377. He's in the lead by 9 yards.
And this was Isaiah's miss earlier today, just a little bit right. Dead straight.
But Scotty Perriman, interesting, when ask him later, after he hits that first ball, 377, immediately went to a different driver.
Immediately.
So this more than likely generates a little bit more club speed or ball speed. So now it's coming down to, can he get a couple mile per hour out of a club that might not be as accurate? We talked about Avery Dovsick. Maybe she goes to a different club where she maybe only goes like 2 or 3 out of 6 and plays instead of 6 for 6. So, Perriman making an adjustment. Isaiah Joyner is building on his set, but still 6 yards behind Scotty Perriman.
And the wind right now is right to left,
and
a
it's
little
more
down. More down.
Scotty
for
Perriman
sure.
likes this ball. Let's look
That
at his
one
ball
stays
speed.
in.
This is a bomb from Scotty, but it looks like this one's going to go out left. It's going to be close. 365 carry, big ball from Scotty Perriman. Not sure if that one's going to stay in or not. Let's look at the right to left from Isaiah Joyner. This was right at 210. Very similar profile shot to Scotty Perriman's last ball, but Scotty's was at 215.
Ooh.
Oh, Scotty,
That's a
I'm liking.
good-looking one. If Isaiah can hit that same shot, but just put it on the right side, he's got a good chance to beat 377. Scotty. Here they go. Final balls right here.
Here, let's go from the crowd. Let's look at Isaiah Joyner's ball speed numbers at 207. Scotty Perriman likes it. He does the old bat flip. Let's look at the ball speed here, 214.7. He likes it.
He loves it.
It's 202 feet in the air. It is a little downwind, not much. It's still right to left. But Scotty Perriman's going to take down the set regardless of this last ball where it lands. But he did the old bat flip here.
He did.
370. So that right there, his ball that he did the old club flip on was 200 feet in the air. So you got to knock that ball down a little bit. We were watching my hit just low, like turbo
Slingers.
draws, just slinging it and getting it on the ground. And the guy that can do that right now is in slot number 2, and it's Colton Casto. This grid sets up absolutely perfect for this kid. Very similar to Jeff Gavin, who ended up beating Eddie Fernandez yesterday by 4 yards.
Yep.
Gavin got his 3rd win of the season in the senior division on the last ball. He ended up going 356, and like I said, for me,
and
like
put
Colton,
it right there in that slot.
This grid has Colton Casto, Martin Borgmeyer, and Justin James written all over it.
without a doubt. I'll add Jack Smith in that as well. So bat flipping,
Yep.
is that, were you a bat flipper?
I was a pitcher, so no one really bat
Wow,
flipped
that's-
off me because I never gave up any home runs.
There we go.
Right?
Love that answer. I love watching like kids play, and when they bat flip it, it's like one of the funniest, cutest things ever.
Well, they always say act like you've been there before, but you know if you had a game-winning home run. All right, so Colton Casto, let's see where this ball went. Wow, like he's at already 220.
Whew.
A lot of movement right to left. And right now, just Colton, we always talk about Colton's misses. When you see Colton miss right and it's straight, that's when you know that he's locked in. It's, you know, his misses are those big right to lefts. So he's OB on the first ball. Littlefield's OB. I like this profile right here. He's looking at it. Is this one going to stay in play? That is the question.
I
This
think
one
he
looks
likes
good.
it.
Yeah, 220 in the air, though. It's too high. Too high. What do you mean it's too high? It's too high.
But if he gets it in,
It might be a 370 ball. It might just be a number to put on the board, which can apply some pressure to Scott Littlefield. That one says it's
No.
OB as well.
all right, we're just looking for a number on the board right now. Scott Littlefield just did that with 363.
You know, and Scott Littlefield's been in this position before. He made the final 16, went up against Kyle. Kyle ended up going OB. Scott Littlefield started off the tournament with a 442-yard drive in Denver, you know, which, you know, like right now, 442 would be the longest drive by
Right.
a mile. But in Denver, being a mile high and downwind, you know, there was guys putting up, you know, 470s, 480s. So
Without a
Colton
doubt.
Casto needs to slow it down. I like the profile of this shot,
is
but
a
this
good
one
one.
doesn't look like it's going to stay in either. This one's the block outright, the one that I like. But that one doesn't look like that one's going to stay in play.
In Denver, we had the side of the Rockies today, the side of the beautiful greenery here in Portland, Connecticut. Colton getting up for this second to last ball.
Yeah, you can see Colton just set up like his feet left.
Yeah.
And, you know, he just overcooking a little bit. You know, 201 feet of movement right to left. It's almost a 70-yard right to left. So Colton Casto is going to be down to his last ball. And Scott Littlefield is just putting balls in play and applying pressure.
All right, it comes down to this. The final ball.
Colton Casto, slot number 2, needs to go 364 yards or more to advance. And he is not happy. We always say it, you just got to get to the round of 16. Anything's possible. Scott Littlefield's going to take down this set at 363 yards. He's going to beat Colton Casto. And here we go. We're going to have Jack Smith going up against Martin Borgmeyer.
Been waiting for this one. This is going to be a really good one. Rookie versus veteran.
Yep.
We've got Martin, whose journey is documented all on YouTube. It's a beautiful journey that he's had, and Jack is starting that this year.
Yep. You know, you're just looking at, like, you know, who potentially, you know, Martin, if say he wins, you know, I mean, you're looking at, you know, Zach Holt and Seb Twiddell, Justin James, Cody Billinghurst, you know, in that semifinal. You're looking down the right, you know, just like anything, man. These guys, they got to earn it, and they earn it over a span of 2 days right now. And it's been very top heavy this week. The best in the world are proven to be the best in the world. There hasn't been like,
and majority of them showing up.
Yeah, they have. They really have. You know, settling into the season, they're getting more accustomed to, you know, competing, you know, on these 2 or 3 day, you know, trips. And Martin Borgmeyer, once again, if he takes 3 straight wins, he will be world number 1. You know, Kyle is still probable, I would say questionable to probable, you know, for Utah to come back and play. But here we go. We got Martin Borgmeyer, the 2022 world champion, pulling the trigger first here in slot number 3.
His swing's so good.
He looked great on the range. Like, when Martin is completely in control is when you see him look like he's barely swinging it, and it's like 223, 225 on the range, which he did.
Jack Smith likes this one.
219.
Likes it
2,500
enough.
spin, good launch, good apex. But right now, let's be critical. If you hit it down that right side, the guy that I know that can do that's Justin James. There's no doubt in my mind that he is going to be working that right side of the grid. Jack Smith with the ball on the board at 367.
And I felt like Justin was working on that at the end of his last few sets earlier this morning.
Mm-hmm.
Martin.
Borgmeyer with a good ball right here. It was 185 feet in the air, carried 371 as a guesstimate. We'll see if that one stays in play or not. He's looking back at Dennis to see if this ball is in play. 390, good ball from Martin.
Whew.
You know, and that's the veteran in Martin. There's a reason why he's a world champion. He's got multiple wins on this tour. He knows where the hot spot of the grid is, and he can hit that profile shot. He can hit that high draw. So can, you know, Scotty Perriman, who's still in the tournament.
Without a doubt.
You know, and
Martin's going with the
I'm just looking at the horsepower, you know,
Yep,
the guys that have
club change
already in. And like I said, tip of the cap to Scott Littlefield. He's another guy that, you know, just doesn't care who he's hitting against.
No,
he just
he
swings.
knew what he needed to do, and
Absolutely.
he put a few balls in the grid, and that allowed him to advance. Martin switching it up. He knows he already has 390. Jack Smith right behind at
With
385
a bomb,
right now.
by the way, 224. Like, that profile shot was great. And once again,
Oh, Martin likes this one.
let's look at that 224
Woo!
too. Marty Borgi is starting to get dialed in. Could we see a 400-yard drive from Mr. Borgmeyer here? 387. He's locked in. So is Jack Smith.
Jack Smith on his final ball.
4 for 5 to start off. Martin Borgmeyer looking good. This one looks like it's going to go OB left, but he is safely in the lead right now by 5 yards. Jack Smith, the rookie, in his second tour event, making a final 16.
What a great match.
223.5. Jack Smith is fast.
He is so quick.
He's a threat.
He's advanced
He's
quickly
a threat. Oh, yeah.
over his last couple of events, his first couple of events. I'm excited to see him as the events continue on because he is here to stay. Martin Borgmeyer, 390.
Yeah,
Pushing it forward, and we'll see who he will go against Scott Littlefield.
Yep. No. Mr. Borgmeyer is now 2 wins away.
2 wins away.
He looks very, very confident. He looks good on the range, and there he is tipping his cap to the fans. He is in complete control right now. Zach Holton's up Seb Twiddell. Both guys have had great tournaments.
Yeah. If I'm looking at the tournament this week, I would have to go with Zach Holton. He was hitting some really, I think this grid really catches his eye, and he was hitting some solid shots. But Seb Twiddell, you can never count him out because if he is on cruise control, he's putting up high numbers. He's throwing it out there. He's in the 4th, which is the 3rd slot right now. And he hit well there all day today.
Yeah, that Martin right there and Jack Smith were 223, 224. So they're really fast. And they conserve energy. And I feel like Seb Twiddell's is conserved energy this entire tournament as well.
Yeah.
And he's showing his maturity as a long driver. He already has a tour win, and he's getting better as the season goes on, as expected.
Oh, that was a 3-pump.
All right, right now, Zach Holton, this one looks great right down the left side of the grid. Good numbers, 218, 2,600 spin, 174 in the air, carried it about 359, so a slight miss hit. 368, it's a number, but right now,
on the grid.
if you hit it down the right side, we're getting significantly bigger numbers. Boom.
All right, here they go. Seb just working it out.
Zach trying to fight down that right side.
Yeah, now he's trying to get it on that right side. 3-1 right in the middle of the fairway, and he's going to his game plan.
Seb taking his time. He looks very composed. And, you know, he ended up winning against Josh Koch on that final golf ball. So these guys with this much speed, they're never out of it, even if they're 0 for their first 5.
Oh, slips. Looked like it slipped out of his hand there. With a lateral shot, that's what we call those. Never say the S word.
Yeah, that was a triple. He's young. He's 22. He can leg out a triple if it's down that right field line. Zach Holton in the lead currently. Seb trying to find the grid. Zach Holton hits this one a little skinny.
All right.
But Seb needs to find the center of the club face right now. The good thing is that all of his misses are right. Normally, you get a little concerned when they start doing the Army golf. They miss left, they miss right, but all of his misses are right currently.
He's getting close. He's got one more ball. If that one stays in, it looks like it's coming back just a little bit. Nope. That one's going to be out.
Seb Twiddell's down to his last golf ball. Zach Holton is currently in the lead at 368 yards. And really, truly, this is coming down to a ball flight. You know, Borgmeyer can hit a draw. You know, JJ can hit a draw. I really, the draw is going to be critical here, I think, later on, unless Zach can hit that little baby cut and just have it fight down that right side. So Seb Twiddell not happy with this last ball. And it looks like Zach Holton is going to win the set. This last ball was 219. No movement on his golf ball. That was dead straight. Let's see where this one lands, because that was a really good ball from Zach Holton, but it ends at 367. So, I mean, very, very consistent Zach Holton at 368, 363, 363, and 367.
And the biggest ball out of that group was 396, coming from Josh Koch.
Yep.
And one of the most important balls, second longest, is Martin Bormeyer's at 390, who's officially the new world number 1.
He is. I didn't know that.
Yep. Just got the news from Elon. So no matter what he does,
everything's being updated.
Elon just let us know Martin is officially the world number 1.
He came over from Germany in August of 2021, worked really hard to get his visa to where he can compete in the States. His first event, he competes in Utah, wins. And, you know, he's got 4 or 5 wins on tour. And not only that, he's got a world championship. So Martin Borgmeyer, based off of what we just got as far as information, is currently the world number 1.
Martin Borgmeyer, along with Monica Living, our new number 1s. The thing I love about Martin, too, is that he's such a great ambassador for the sport. He does things that he really doesn't have to do in order to just grow the sport and elevate everyone else in this league. So I'm excited for his position. All
right, so we got Cody Billinghurst. It looks like he just hit a ball right down the middle, going up against Justin James.
Whew.
JJ stuck the finish right there. Let's look at the ball speed. 2,800 spin, 215. Big high ball, 206 feet in the air, carried at 364.
But it's right a little bit on that right side.
He rode the wind a little bit. Let's see what this number comes back. I know that JJ didn't center punch this one, but we do know that if you carry it far enough, we're seeing these crazy like 385s, 390s, and JJ went 418. They said he carried at 375 and hit a rock, but yeah, JJ's at 366.
Cody Billinghurst likes this one a ton.
Yep.
He gives it a little grunt there if that stays in.
It's a beautiful profile shot
That's
right there,
be a
too,
good
from
ball.
Cody Billinghurst. That was a great ball. But 357 carry. Flight scope, tip of the cap to you guys. You made our job so easy. They have been nailing the carry distances on these golf balls.
They scare us when things kind of go a little sideways, but
not too much out of JJ, but this one looks like this one's going to stay in play. He's hitting it really high right now. I would like to see him lower that ball flight to like 160, 170, but he takes the lead at 378. Good ball from JJ.
All right. Cody all day has had his back against the wall and pulled out some incredible numbers. 2 balls away.
Obi Wright. Justin James in the lead currently at 378 against Cody Billinghurst at 373. The 2017 world champ and also world number 1 for a couple years. Justin James is in slot number 3, pulling the trigger last.
The snapping
trying
turtle.
To flirt down that right side.
Cody on his last ball here to see if he can take the lead.
He doesn't like it. So, yeah, look at the spin, almost 3,000.
All right.
Launched it at 15, 209 feet in the air, but it looks like Justin James is going to take down the set.
Justin James in for the final 8. Ryan Gregnall, Mark Costello for the will match up against each other. Josh Koch and Scotty Pierman. Scott Littlefield and Martin Borgmeyer, our new world number 1, and Zach Holton with Justin James, a former world number 1.
Yep. JJ is a stud, but yeah, I'm excited to see this setup here with Gregnall and Costello. Both guys still searching for that first big win, and these guys make final 8s all the time. You know, they're always in the mix, and they're just off by a little bit. And now one of these guys is going to be in the semifinals and going to go up either against Josh Koch or Scotty Perriman. And Greg Null, he hit the longest balls, consistently the longest balls of the day at the time when he did hit. But, you know, Borgmeyer on that last set looked great. I mean, he went 390. How about that for Jack Smith? How about hitting the fourth longest ball and getting eliminated? But they say that's long drive. Jack Smith looked awesome.
That is the game. That's the name of the game right there, but incredible tournament for Jack. Only five yards away from beating Martin or tying Martin, 6 yards from beating. I'm really excited about this pairing right here.
Yeah, it honestly, whoever hits the first ball in wins. I'm calling it. Like these guys, they got to hit a ball into play right away, you know. And Craig Null, like, I just feel like he's figured it out. But, you know, same thing. Costello has just gotten better as the season went on as well. Struggled, you know, a couple events, but you know, Costello's misses aren't they're either just like that, they're just pulls. Like, so if Costello hits it straight, which he can hit a little cut or a little draw, like these guys, they're very, very evenly matched.
Yeah.
If you said this is, if we're in Vegas picking odds, it's a pick 'em in my opinion. Greg Null is a little bit faster, so maybe, you know, Greg Null might be a slight favorite going into this, but
it's
you can't go wrong whoever
who
you
hits
choose.
it in, right?
Yeah.
But then also who hits it on the right side.
But like, if someone puts up like a 75 ball, even though they have more gas in the tank, I think that's a good number to start off with. That'll apply some pressure. Because like I said, Costello, his miss normally is just left. But there you go, Costello with a good ball right here. How much movement does it have? I like the fact that Costello's ball's going right to left as well. 216 bullet from Greg Null.
Both of them.
2,900 spin from Greg Null.
Okay, both OB there.
1,700 spin from Costello.
All right, second ball's here. We're looking for one ball in the grid, first number.
And both of these guys are absolute monsters. They're about 6'4", 6'5", 240, 250. Big dudes, really fast. Greg Null, his fastest ball speed was ever of all time was 237.1 mile per hour. And I believe he's got the fastest ball that I've seen so far in this tournament at 226. Borgmeyer and Jack Smith just climbed the ladder at 224.
I would agree with that one.
This one looks good from Costello, but you will get zero motion out of Costello. You won't get anything out of any of those guys. You might hear it go from Greg Null from time to time.
All right, they're hitting it ever so slightly out of bounds. We're looking for one ball to be in. The wind is a little, it's downwind, a little right to left here.
Well, what I like about Costello's profile right now is that he's hitting a little right to left. So look at it here. He tries to fly it out right, didn't turn it over there. And we talked about it. You know, I think he who puts the ball in the grid first wins. You know, these are the guys, like, they're at the top of their game. These guys are elite hitters, but they are susceptible from time to time to go OB. I think everybody is. But like honestly, I said, sitting in the booth, we're like, you know, there's always that capability with these guys, you know.
Right.
They're so fast. And I mean, you're looking at their hits. I mean,
Mark Costello staring that one down. It's a little high, but if anything, it might be one that it stays inbounds and it's on that right side.
I mean, even like a 360 ball is fine right now because it's in play. So.
Greg Null might have one in play. Yep, Costello at 371. He's going to unleash on this one.
Yep.
Doesn't like that one. Greg Null. Last, final ball right here. Let's see what's going to happen.
We heard it.
The crowd's going crazy. He's holding on to it.
He doesn't like it. He's looking back. Let's see. Let's just see the carry. Let's see the carry from Flyscope 348. That's not going to be enough. So it looks like Costello is going to take down the set at 371. Don't want to call it too early here. 367.
Yeah. You said whoever hits the ball in first will win, and that is exactly what happened. Greg Null.
Very, very evenly matched.
Hit it
guys,
really good.
You know, and say both of these guys are so due for a win. They're awesome for the sport. They're great athletes. They're good hitters. They're ultra fast. And, you know, you keep putting yourself in these positions. So they're going to eventually get a win, and Costello's got a chance. He's 2 wins away from having his first title. But I'm really impressed with Greg Null. That last, you know, well, his set against Jeremy Nowak, but the
Even
round
this
robin,
morning,
the
yeah.
second round robin in the round of 32. He looked awesome, and he's back. And that was fun to see. Right now we got Josh Koch against Scotty Perriman.
This is another great matchup here. Scotty was in a zone in that last match against Isaiah Joyner.
Scotty's feeling it today.
He
really is.
I mean, you're going to get emotion out of Scotty, but today he's really letting us know how he feels. And Josh Koch is going to be consistent as always.
Koch is the man, heads up. Great hitter. And we saw Koch go 217 last set.
Out the gate.
Ooh, Scotty Perriman in this one turning over. Once
Doing the
again,
same
gets
thing.
a ball in play, it looks like, and he goes to another driver. Last time he did this,
be in play,
he went
though.
he went 360 something, I think, on that first ball.
It's like 367.
Or he went 377. So the longest drive Scotty Perriman hit was 377. So he's got a 353 ball in play.
All right, we got a out there for Josh Koch's.
204. Miss hit from Koch. Scotty Perriman with the high draw.
High draw.
Look at that movement right to left. 170.
Flight that down just a little bit, and that's going to be nice.
175 feet of movement from Scotty right to left. Too much movement. Koch on ball number 3. Needs to go 354 or more to take the lead. This one looks like it's going to be, well, we're not sure. Could be Obi left.
Scotty's having a time out there. He's
He is.
enjoying himself.
215.5, 155 feet in the air. Sweeping across the grid. 361 yards of carry. Guesstimate from Flight Scope. This has been a carry grid the last 3 days.
Yep. Oh, there we go.
210 ball from Koch. Still spun it just a little bit. Let's look at his landing angles.
But he's got one in the grid, 347 carry.
I feel like this one is going to be in and around 355, if not
Agreed.
360. So Scotty Perriman's going to have to hit a little bit better.
352.
Wow, they're within a yard of each other right now.
That's definitely going to have to get measured there, but we still have 2 balls left. Here they go.
Both of these guys have not hit their ball.
Woo! There it is. Josh Koch liked that one.
215.8, 2,700 spin, 14 launch, 190 feet in the air.
Still in there. Just dropped down. Carried 357.
12-yard cut.
Scotty Perriman on his last ball here.
Josh Koch is just tough, man. He's so tough.
391.
Good ball. Scotty Perriman lights last one. He's 214.82. That is a bomb from Scotty Perriman if that one stayed in play. If that one stayed in play, we are going to have – this is going to be so close. If Perriman ball is in, that was a bomb. But he hit a cut. Yeah. Yep.
Josh Koch on to the next round. What a great show right there with Scotty Perriman. Great event, Scotty. Preemie babies. He's always hitting for a cause, and that's for the preemie babies. And does a lot of other great charity events. Scotty Perriman.
Mark Costello is going to match up against Josh Koch. Koch just keeps putting himself in these positions to win, too. He's had a really impressive year.
A really great. Has he hit outside of the final? Has he been outside of the final 8 all year?
No, he might have had one top 16.
He's been very consistent.
Yep. So Zach Holden has been extremely consistent as well. You know, with top 16s. JJ didn't hit last tournament in Canada, but JJ's the same. He's been in all of it, and even Kyle. You know, if Kyle goes, I mean, he technically could have hit in the round of 16 in Canada as well.
Yeah.
You know, Kyle's made all top 16s. But here we go, Martin Borgmeyer. From Elon himself, told us that now, based off of points and points falling off, that Martin Borgmeyer is now currently world #1 on the planet. Martin coming into the sport in 2017, and you've really seen the progression of his swing improve. And I mean, we had that conversation. You know, Bobby Ray's my roommate for this week, and I use Martin as an example because Bobby Ray's probably, they're probably right around the same height and weight. And you just look at Martin's swing and how much it's improved since 2017. He's put in so much time and effort into this, and now he makes a 228 or 225 ball look effortless.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
And he knows how much he has in the gas. He's continued to grow himself and also grow the sport. As a friend of his, what does it feel like to know that he's #1 right now?
He earned it. I mean, he really has. Yeah, he made that sacrifice. He lived in Dallas pretty much all year last year, you know, working with Bryson and, you know, winning a world championship against Bryson, you know, moving his family over, Ninja and his wife and Joe, to Dallas to work on long drive. And right now, you know, he's currently in the lead at 355, but, you know, we're not talking about Scott Littlefield here, but Scott Littlefield will hit is the same thing. Like, I've met like a Mary Driscoll. He doesn't care he's hitting against. He's just going to keep hitting. And right
he's
now,
going to get one in play when he needs to, but that last ball by Borgmeyer
was a monster number. So if that
Big
one stayed
ball.
in play, yeah, 374 carry, and he turned it over like he's riding that wind.
And he knows the right's hot. That's his goal there. You see him hitting a ball, then switching clubs to get more distance. We're still waiting for that number.
It came back as OB as of right now. This one looks like it's blocked OB right. So Scott Littlefield, once again, putting himself in an opportunity to you know, run deeper in the tournament and a chance to win his first tour event as well. Putting balls in play. Yeah, I said 210. That's a good ball right there from Scott
really
Littlefield.
good
That's a
ball.
good ball. Not
Got
much
a
movement
350
either.
carry, which is a speed slot down there.
6-yard draw. Borgmeyer likes it.
He likes that
All
one
right,
a lot.
215.
See ya. It's coming down hot right there on the speed slot.
So he liked to hide on that golf ball.
And we've got a gust of wind coming in right now.
369 Borgmeyer in the lead by 4 yards. He just needs to lower that ball flight just a little bit. And I can guarantee you Justin James is going to make that adjustment. Scott Littlefield likes it. 210.
But I don't think it's going to be far enough.
He likes it. He likes it. Let me see here.
Oh.
We'll say it again. The shot tracer is off a little bit in slot
Just
number 2 in the yellow
bit.
one, because if you're looking right now, like, and you're looking at the same thing we're looking at, that is right down the middle. Scott Littlefield had and it came up OB. But Martin Borgmeyer is going to advance to the semifinal at 369 yards. So he will either match up against Zach Holton or Justin James.
He's got the opportunity here, not only to be the new world #1, but also the only person to take home 2 wins this year.
Yeah, I mean, Zach Holton's got a win. Justin James has a win. Martin Borgmeyer with a W. Josh Kutch has got a win in Germany. Costello is still working on his first, you know, tour win. But here we go. We got Zach Holton against Justin James. And what I liked from Zach Holton on that last ball that he hit, there was 2 feet of movement, which means he hit it dead straight. So right now, if I'm Zach Holton, I am trying to hit it down that right side of the grid at about 170, 80 feet in the air.
Out the gate, Zach
218.
Holton goes at it. Justin James knows exactly where he wants to put this ball.
Yep. Just JJ just needs to get those hands to set. Just slow it down just a little bit in the takeaway. Zach Holton versus Justin James.
If there's one thing Justin James knows how to do is adjust this quickly.
Yep. Zach Holton with
There
a
he
number on the
goes.
board.
Made that
375.
adjustment.
224.4 from Justin James. A lot of movement right to left. Launched it at 9.5. He did lower that ball flight. Carry distance is 361. This has been a carry grid. If JJ's ball's in play, that one looked like it, you know, it had good landing angles and it was hot. He hit that one. I'm sitting here right now. Zach Holton looking good. He looks like he hit it good, but it started out right.
It did. It was a good ball.
Justin James is down to his last 3 balls. He's OB.
All right, here we go. Halfway there to seeing who's going to be in the Final 4.
We are live in Portland, Connecticut, event number 7, World Long Drive. This is quarterfinal number 4. Justin James.
He likes this one.
223-2.
Staring it down as it goes down the right
1900.
side.
If I pick those numbers are the numbers that I like. But look at the carry distance. ball didn't stay in the air as long as we thought. Did we get some rollout on Justin James's fourth ball?
We will see here
386.
shortly. Yep.
Justin James takes the lead by 10 yards.
All right. Zach Holton on his final 2 balls here.
And this is coming down to ball speed. JJ's 224 right now. Holton was 217, 218. And JJ's profile does set up for that draw.
Woo!
Zach Holton likes it. Look at these numbers, 220, 12 launch, 2,500 spin,
He's walking
600
it out.
spin more, 170.
Ooh, I like this one a lot.
He threw a strike. Now, he just looked like that one OB. Wow.
Huh.
Man.
Would not have guessed that
What a ball from
whatsoever.
Zach
He was
Holton.
shocked himself that was OB. On his final ball here to advance.
Looks like, well, it's 220. 9 launch, 127 feet in the air.
Justin James moving on to the final 4. Another one that has the opportunity to be the first person to win 2 events this year. He won over at Hope Sound earlier this year.
So we got Mark Costello up against Josh Koch, and then Marty Borghi against JJ in the bottom half of the semifinal. Who you got?
Mark looks really good, but I got to pull for Martin. I mean, he's just winning world #1. I would love to see him go back to back right here with 2 wins. What about yourself?
Everybody's a winner.
Come on, you got to give me a name.
I mean, let's just say Costello's never won before.
I like Costello,
right?
yeah.
So.
He's been looking really
But if
strong.
I had $100 million and I had to put it on someone, I don't know. I can't do it. Not today. Well, I told Martin I'd pick him to win every tournament after the first one, right?
Yeah, so we know who your answer is.
Well, I just, for me, I like the fact that Justin James and Martin Borgmeyer hit draws. Colton Casto ended up going OB his first set up against Scott Littlefield. But, I just like the fact that, Borgmeyer and JJ can start it out right and hit that tight draw and really ride that right side of the grid. And I feel like it's a lot more difficult for someone like, like a Koch or Costello. But, you're looking at Koch's numbers, and it really just comes down to Koch went 96 and he went 91. So does it really even matter?
Of this set.
So, and we've said that earlier on in the day, is if Koch might be able to carry at 70 where that draw doesn't matter. He's carrying it far enough to actually get rollout, because if it's we've seen from 365 and lower, ball's not going anywhere.
Nope.
And I feel like Koch has enough ball speed to get it
look
past.
At that right out the gate.
I feel like Koch can hit it far enough to get it past, that barrier.
Without a doubt. And he is they all can place the ball wherever they want, but I think he especially can put a ball exactly where he's aimed at. Costello.
I like this ball from
With a little
Costello,
cut.
217, 2,900 spin, a little bit too much spin. Koch, this one turns over a little bit from Koch. You're not getting much of a reaction out of him, but this one's 216, 144 feet in the air, about a 30-yard draw right to left. I do like Koch's ball right there, and I like Costello's, but Costello, I feel, spun it just a little bit too much.
Just a hair. We'll see if this one stayed in.
366 from Costello. Koch's ball's in play. I bet you that's in the 380s. That was a bomb from Koch. OB.
Costello needs to just settle down just a bit.
But right now, a number is on the board. Mark Costello.
I think this might be the most OB sets we've had out of the guys. Throughout the sets earlier today.
Yeah, there's a couple. Yeah, we didn't have too many OB sets. But yeah, I said when it comes down,
the grid.
When it comes down to, well, look at Costello with a 222 rocket.
Woo.
If this one stays in, this one's good. Costello's definitely got the speed. He's a guy that you'll see throughout the tournament in and around 220 ball speed. That's the fastest ball that I've seen Costello hit. Not sure if that one stayed in play. But Josh Koch
on the board.
He has 2 balls right now. He's got to go 363 or better, but I do feel like Costello's 4th ball was significantly better. 222 ball speed, fastest ball I've seen from Costello all tournament.
Ooh. Josh likes that one a bit.
2,800 spin from Koch. This one's drifting out right. It's a miss hit from him.
All right.
But it still says it's got 357 to carry, but we still don't have Costello's 4th ball, which I feel was a good ball. 383 from Costello.
Yep.
so he improves. Josh Koch is down to his last golf ball. Taking his time here.
Here we go.
This one looks like it's going to drift OB right.
Leaking
Costello's
just a
going to
little
make his
bit.
first final.
Let's go.
Do. He's a really, really good competitor. You know, I've been competing against Costello, I know, since at least 2017. And, I mean, he's a master of that freak golf ball that can hit it a ton, and he hits it straight, relatively straight. A lot of times when Costello misses, it's just a little bit of a pull, you know, and there's not much movement in his golf ball, and he's really, really strong.
He's actually a player that I was expecting to win last event.
Yeah.
He was looking really strong, really good. Just had one bad set, but that means absolutely nothing now as he is in the finals.
Yep. Yeah, now
and
you
here
got
we go.
2 world champions matching up, Martin Borgmeyer, Justin James, and now they can say you got 2 world champions and 2 world number ones that have been world number ones. So Martin Borgmeyer, Justin James, you know, I was always wondering, like, you know, if these guys wanted to pick slots. Like, I wonder, like, knowing these guys' profile, if they would rather be in slot number 3 or slot number 2. I know if I have, like, a little tight draw, like, I'd rather be, like, farther right.
Yeah.
And we've talked about the optics on this grid. I feel if I'm in slot 4, I'm really in, like, slot 7.
Right.
It just, like, fits your eye for a draw. So we got 2 guys. This is going to come down to actual ball flight and dispersion, because these guys are going to be in and around the same speeds. You're going to be seeing now these boys are going to step on the gas. You're going to see 225 and even above, and it's really going to be how much movement are they going to have right to left, and where is this ball going to land on the grid, and the height. I don't want to see golf balls 200 feet in the air. I want to see them 170, maybe like 25 yards of movement if you see like a 75. So here it comes. This is going to come down to a ball flight match here and putting balls in play. Justin James versus Martin Borgmeyer.
I love that Martin's already getting the crowd pumped. That means that he is in his element. He's ready to go.
Ooh,
but
I like
this
this
ball
recoil
flight
from JJ.
of Justin James right here.
221.9, 129 in the air. It's a little low, but that is an absolute bullet. That's what Mai was putting up.
I was going to say, even
that was
though
a
it's
Mai
a bullet,
golf
we
ball.
know that it can roll for days once you get past that little hump down there.
71.
And he's got one on the grid at 371. Well, will that hold up? We know both of them can hit far bigger numbers than that, but it's something that he can kind of feel a little bit comfortable
Borgmeyer
releasing.
223.9, 13 launch, turning it over at 2,700, 194 in the air. Let's look at the carry distance, 367. Borgmeyer takes the lead at 374.
He's in a zone.
This is just, you know, these are the best in the business. You know, these guys are extremely talented long drivers that work very, very hard on their craft, and very similar profile shots. So right now, JJ is going to have to reset here.
394 carry distance on that last
Justin
one.
James, 395. That was that ball that we talked about. That you know, like JJ just I feel like that landing angle is landing hot in this grid. If you can carry it past that 370 down that right side, you're getting just. I mean, it's substantially longer drives.
He knew what he had to do, and he planned for it. He's going over to do the same thing right again. We're going to watch him trying to go down that right side and put everything in it. Martin with 2 balls left.
So Martin Borgmeyer's longest drive in these heads-up matches is 390 yards. He's got plenty of gas in the tank.
Here he goes.
The 2022 world champ. Eamon looking, you can just see he's peeking down that right side. Can he get it about 170 in the air? 224.7, 2,800 spin, a little spinny. Let's look at the landing angles right now. I mean, he's flirting down that right side. That's where he wants to go. 368 carry. Justin James still at 369.
Whew. I like this one from Justin James as well.
219. All right, so Martin Borgmeyer, slot number 2, ball 6.
Oh, we can't see it,
The tracer
but he's
didn't
holding
show
his
up.
finish.
He's
likes pushing it forward. He's pushing it. He's pushing it. He's pushing it.
Well, we didn't even get the numbers the one time we don't get the numbers, you know. Let's see here. Waiting on that. Well, Justin James, 409.
Whew.
Yeah.
Justin James.
And it's barely downwind. I mean, he's got the 2 longest drives of the day at 418 and 409.
He's in the zone.
We said it early, like this, you just know, like Jeff Gavin, it fits his eye. He ends up winning the senior division. Mai was hitting that
Low.
low just rocket down that right side, tight dispersion. And, you know, they said tip of the cap to Martin Borgmeyer, man. Congratulations. He is now your world number 1.
World number 1. 2 new world number 1s, Monica Living and Martin Borgmeyer.
So yeah, he's worked for it. He's earned it. So we got Costello versus Justin James.
I think Costello has a 400 in him, without a doubt.
He went 455 at the World Championships back in 2019. He's got it.
Yeah.
So.
But here today, I know that he definitely has one in him, and this is going to be, they both are hitting those tight little shots on the right side.
So we've had, let's just say 9 long drive tournaments. We've had all different winners. So the only guy that can actually have his second one of the year is Justin James.
Is the snapping turtle.
So Costello would be the 7th winner. I guess 8 if you count Martin's event. Josh Koch ended up winning that event. But, you know, well-deserved here from Costello. We said it when he matched up against Greg Knoll. One of those guys are due to get a win. Well, now he's in the position. He's in the finals, and he's going up against Justin James, who now has the 2 longest balls of the day at 418 and 409.
Well, I'm excited. It's been an eventful week today, but everyone that we expect to be top 16 is there.
Yeah.
Final 8 as well, and now we've got 2 people that have rightfully earned their spots into 1 and 2, and we're going to see who's going to be crowned the champion.
JJ's locked in.
Oh, without a doubt.
Yep. And I said, I just can't wait. And I said, let's say he does win the interview. Just his answer. I'm just excited to hear his answer, which is just going to be so dry and like whatever. But I say if Costello wins, it's going to be about Sally's Pizza. Did it give him the power to get the W today? All right, here we go. Mark Costello, Justin James. We're in the final in Portland, Connecticut. Chris Coates Driving Range. This place is awesome. Beautiful grid. It's been a great tournament. The weather's great today. And here we go. JJ starting off, fighting it down that right side.
I think you can get some emotion out of JJ.
Maybe.
I think you got it in you.
You get more emotion out of the fans. Like, so when you hear a ooh, you know, normally it's that the big boom is Jerry James, but Jerry isn't here today. But Costello looks like he's going to get a ball in play right now.
It's a little high, but it's a ball in play.
JJ looks like this one's going to go OB right. But look,
he's not even phased right now. He knows what he's trying to do. He's sticking to his game plan, and that's all you can do.
All right, so we have first 2 balls are OB from Justin James and Mark Costello. They're on ball number 3. Costello's ball falls off the tee. JJ taking a peek down that right side, just hitting that low ball. I like the recoil from JJ. Let's look at the ball speed.
We've got the fans.
222.9. This is a great ball from JJ. Launches at 10, 165 in the air. 3.8. This is an absolute bomb if this one's in play. Look at the carry distance.
It's a nugget. Might even be another 400 something.
This is going to be a big number from Justin. And like I said, he's the type of guy that gets stronger and stronger.
403 right there.
JJ with a 403 rocket. Justin James, the 2017 world champ for 2 years, world number 1. And if I can remember, I think JJ was world number 1 going into Rochester where Kyle took the world number 1.
Woo, we got some energy out of JJ right now. He is pumping.
I love it, 221. And I said that it's a game of psychology right now with
Without
JJ.
a doubt.
You know, but Costello's at 387, and I know that doesn't affect Costello at all either. But that is just a game of psychology right there with JJ. 391. So Mark Costello's down to his last ball. That 5th ball went OB. The snapping turtle is going to pull the trigger first on ball number 6 in the finals here in Portland, Connecticut. Justin James at 403. This one's going to be OB left.
He snaps that one a little bit. We've seen some snapped clubs this event. We've seen a lot of things this event.
Ooh, Costello, 220.9.
But one thing that we are seeing again is a win by Justin James, the only person to win 2 events this year. First win in Hobe Sound, Justin James, our Portland, Connecticut champion at 403. Congratulations to Justin as well as to Mark. We're going to go live on the range.
Mr. James, congratulations. The grid, I knew that this would fit your eye. What do you like about this grid?
Well, draw grid, obviously got the hill, everything sloping right to left, but the wind was challenging today. Yesterday was just dead end, so you sling a draw into it and try to hit the middle of the grid, but it's kind of swirling all day, so we're trying to figure out ideal launch and spin.
Second one of the year. How does your body feel? I mean, this is the 7th event of the year. You've entered everyone but Canada. Do you think taking that week off gave you some time to rest?
Well, I didn't want to be clear. Let's thank Uncle Sam for that. Yeah, I mean, it was good, but I'm a little beat up because all July was just hitting. When you have a competition, you actually take more time off, at least I do. So we'll take a few days off here and then, see you in Salt Lake.
Congratulations on your win, Justin James, 2017 world champion. You got a lot of wins, but it's fun to see him back in the winner's circle. As the late, great Dick Sanford always said, good night, God bless, drive home safely. Justin James wins here in Portland. We will see you in a couple weeks in Salt Lake City, Utah.
This is the grid that the Bombers call home.
You're throwing the tee in the ground. If your hand's not shaking, there's something wrong.
I'm in my element, it's evident that there's levels to the game. I'm in my element, flow is like water, I'm forced to a fire, I'm feeling like gold. Gotta stay grounded, stay down to earth, following God and you grinding, you do as you told. I don't work to make you like me.